Yes, 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 y'all. Let's see what's going on. Yes, see everything going on. All right. What's going on, y'all? Make sure everything doing correct. Details in, going on. Yeah, post profile. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Yeah, we're gonna discuss something very serious today with this Iran war. It's a lot of things that we get everything together. Sure, I'm getting my other platform set up right now. I can't get my other side. Let's see what's going on. Maybe I need to stop it again. Modify. Try it now. It's time we take this thing serious. We're gonna discuss a lot of stuff today. Making sure my everything going in good. Y'all get started, y'all. I've been on this all day trying to get this thing working right. I want to be able to interact with y'all, be able to see y'all messages and whatnot. So just bear with me, but I'm going to get it. And see if everything connected. All right, hopefully everything will be all right. Okay, let's see. Yes, everything going on. And now I got to see, can I get my... All right, save.
The time is 8 o'clock
What's going on, y'all?
p.m.
Yeah, I'm live and kicking around here trying to get things together. What I'm trying to, get understanding is I want to know where them Epstein files at. They around here dropping bombs and doing all this kind of crazy stuff, trying to, make us forget about what's going on with them Epstein files. I don't know how long it's gonna take for us to realize that these wars ain't nothing what they said it is. And the true crime going on is that we sitting here allowing people to control our lives and dictate us on how we live while they around here destroying the world, destroying our lives, and destroying people's lives. People so vested in talking about America, don't they got people too. They got families. And whatever's happening over there don't have anything to do with us. And for those people that talk about they about to make nuclear wars and all that, everybody have a right for nuclear power. How you think the United States got it? What make them feel like they the sole era of something that they never even created in the first place? Let's establish that point. Anybody got anything they want to add? I feel free. I'm right here. I'll be glad to answer any of your questions, anything like that. But we have to learn how to change this narrative. On the television shows right now, they had the ads that talking about this new law about redistricting and about how they carved out American. Well, they did this in the 1775, 1800s. How they carved out pieces of our land and divided them into states. You notice we are the only country that got a whole continent that's divided into states and not countries and not a large land mass. America is not what you think it is. Even though during school they had us early in the morning since elementary, pledge allegiance to a flag that don't even belong to us. They had you go on the Sunday morning praying to God, to a Jesus that never belonged to us. We can live in our lives and like we living up under a rock and like we don't have no type of capability of thinking. That regardless of what every way that you ever think possible, that you can finally try to outmaneuver the most conniving people that you ever can come across, you're diabolically wrong. Especially if you think you can do it by yourself. One thing that they knew and our ancestors knew, that our greatest asset was unity. We knew. We was connected. We knew where we came from. We knew about each other, and we had a spiritual connection among no other. Unfortunately, that connection has been broken, has been severed, has been completely obliterated, but only for a short period of time because they wiped out our memory. Those connections are starting to connect back because, like, if we know anything about creation, we always heal ourselves. It naturally fixes back or goes back to where it once was. I learned to realize that I utilize black and white because that's how we separated by using colors. And that's how those of certain Caucasian ethnicities, I can't say the word right now, but I know what I'm talking about, is what divided us. I had to come to a realization that everybody is not against us, but those is afraid to stand up against us or stand with us because of people thinking of losing something that's very important. And it's something that's not really important at all. And that's a fake livelihood that is being offered to you due to the fact as long as you play the game in the system, you're allowed to play. What I need people to do is understand that we had to learn how to quit the game. The game is no longer beneficial for neither one of us. When we have people, not even a people, a person that showing you what power is utilized by a president, regardless of who it is at this particular moment. But any president at any particular time can take these particular steps to annihilate countries, to kidnap a man claiming that he's the biggest dope dealer, when actually the United States is the biggest crime dope dealer in the world, especially dealing with big pharma. Them the biggest drug dealers in the world. Anytime somebody can sell you something and then on the television show and say may have side effects, kidney disease, bleeding out the ear, rashes in your ass, whatever the situation may be, whatever pill or whatever situation they give you to help want something, it's messing something else up. So tell me what sense that make? When everything that was basically put on this earth to heal is now put in a bottle or a pill. This war in Iran and these Epstein files are hand in hand. The war is unnecessary. And no matter who you believe, them people ain't had nothing to do with us. If you mess with my country, of course, I'll be saying the same thing for revenge for people that have any disregard for human life. If you're yelling and praising what they did, I think that was cowardice shit. Same way you went over there and took that Venezuelan president at night, that's some coward shit. You bombing people. I mean, innocent people dying. And then people worrying about them bombing our ass. Shit, you need to worry about them bombing because people like them doing stuff like that, provoking folks. It's going to get to a point that countries are going to be tired of dealing with the tyranny of the United States government. You're sending too much of our good men in the war dying for your agenda. I'm all for it if someone came over in our country, such as you, and fight for the country that belongs to us in the first place. I'm willing to fight for that. Maybe that's the reason why you try to lock up 95% of black men in prison so we won't allow to have a gun or we won't be able to protect ourselves. Every law that you created was to put our hands behind our back so we won't be men to defend ourselves. We can't even defend our women because you won't even allow us to get jobs, which is not even our fault. We allowed you to control the system after you destroyed the Black Wall Streets, not just in Oklahoma, but everywhere else that we reside, where we had businesses, where we was richer than you. How can the poorest people in the world that never had anything all of a sudden become richer than the people that created everything that you use right now today? You did a land swap and a title swap. Some of you names ain't even supposed to be the name you supposed to have. On stolen land. And I salute those that do know about or getting their land back. But all of us need to wake up and see what's going on. And become part of that movement. And stop being, I guess, scared or ignorant. You know, these people had family. I mean, not one time they always saying that these people were a threat. Nuclear power is nuclear power. It's an alternative energy. Every country should have the ability to do what they want if it's benefiting their people. But the United States always feel like they have to be the one to tell people what to do. First of all, that was proving my point about colonization, control. Y'all are not the power people. If America was so great, and compared to the 1800s, even before then, when they had advanced civilization, flying spaceships and all this stuff here, how advanced are we? We are so advanced that we allow AI to do our work. We don't even do it. We just ask AI, and the AI do everything for us. Ever since I've been living in America, only thing I ever seen was them trying to make everything easy. Make it the less work you got to do. But guess who create all these different gadgets? They wasn't Caucasian. Everything that was created to make a benefit, to make things easier. And melanated people are the ones that had all the answers. But yet still, our people still at the bottom of the totem pole. We still crying and asking for civil rights. We still dying in the street asking somebody to defend us or asking for justice. We talk but no action. This is not the 60s. Too busy people worrying about their cell phones and worrying about what everybody else doing, trying to come up, struggling for a dollar, fighting for a dollar, fighting for the same trick that got you trapped in the first place. You know, we all try to seem like we all getting ahead, but you know that shit there be crazy. How? We all working to pay a bill. What you think we can do when we build something together? How can we build together? How can we build a dialogue in order to start a conversation on what we need to do to build network and to thrive? We need industries we need to be in. We have billions of people that need to be employed. We have schools that need to be implemented into literature pertaining to our black culture. We have to be able to be the ones to establish a government and a country that way we can grow. We can't grow when we separate. We can't grow when we divide them. We can't grow when we always thrown in some type of chaos, some type of idiotic war. But I want to know, where is them Epstein files? Who with me? Who want to know about these Epstein files? Because I definitely want to do. I need to know where these Epstein files at. Because they talk about everything else, but they want to talk about what's going on with the Epstein file. I don't know if I got anybody on Facebook. How's everything looking on their Facebook? Make sure my stream is going good. But anyway, yeah, that's what I mean. We have to learn how to See the bullshit through the bullshit. These days and time, people starting to realize that we all in the same boat at this particular time, and we need to get things in perspective, and we will. Cause I think Donald Trump is a damn fool. The man act like a little kid, a little boy syndrome. Period. And we need to stop. We need to stop. Y'all think about the war in Iran. Y'all got to think about the people, the kids and the children and the parents that lost their kids that's dying right now. They we need to get our minds together. We got to put our minds together and come up with a plan and to be able to grow beyond this and get past this. Because this is what will give us the leeway in order to grow. We cannot multiply. We cannot unify. We cannot break the mentality if we constantly keep fighting one another and keep being so deeply divided. We have to change the way we think. Because they done fucked up now. They done did all this, but I still want to know where them Epstein files. We want to know what Trump and the Bushes and the Clintons was doing with them little kids over there on the Epstein Island. I mean, you got P. Diddy Trump locked up on something that nowhere compared to what y'all was doing. When those files gonna come out? Because then people will realize that we got a whole bunch of perverted pedophiles running this country. And I've been knew it. Them old white men gay as hell. They might look in suits, look old, and act all like they important, which they ain't. But they like to get fucked in their ass. That's just in their nature. They been nasty like that. And then black people want to know why they act like that. You been around them too long. That's why you acting like they. I hate to say it, but it is what it is. Y'all brought that shit over here. Y'all brought that rape, nastiness, messing with little kids. Y'all done that trauma. Y'all put that on us. That ain't never been in our culture, and don't try to put it there. Y'all been doing that shit in Greece with Nero and fucking his mama, all that. Y'all been nasty. All of a sudden, y'all came over here and took our land and feel like y'all got a little head up, and now y'all done got content with y'allself, and now y'all become to act like us. After we taught y'all how to act. After you had our ancestors raise your kids to teach your kids how to be civilized. Now, the sad part is how you think that black people that's supposed to be at the bottom, slaves, but you gave them the authority or you allowed them to raise your children. How come you couldn't raise them yourself? And I bet you 9 times out of 10 your kids didn't like you. Didn't like nothing about you. And I'm sorry, this just facts. I'm not saying every individual have a nasty or how can I say it, a real nasty attitude, but some of your ancestors have. Some of your ancestors have. Let me go ahead and put this thing out here where I'm supposed to be. Anybody on Facebook? Yeah, so sorry about that little delay. I had to go ahead and set this other thing up on my YouTube. For some reason, it still ain't got. I ain't want a problem. Here we go. Here we go. All right, everything's set up now. Glad that's over with. But yeah, we need to find out about what's up with these Epstein files, and they so easily to leave it alone and trying to, you know, sweep it up under the rug, utilizing this war, trying to make us forget about what's going on. We can't operate that way. We got to know the truth. One particular mama had me a team and be able to do all this stuff here instead of me doing all this on my own. But like I said, my main objective in these days and time is to be able to understand that we as a people need to understand that we have been lied to for so long. This war is not for what you think it is. Really mean that. It's not what it is. I'll probably get on them later on. But until next time, I'm gonna go ahead and come back later on. I gotta stop for a minute. I gotta go to the store. But what I said earlier, this war is not what you expect and will never be. Talk to you later. We'll come back to this later on.